Well, unfortunately, the Bruno Guimaraes story, it's just going to rumble on until this clause is expired, and that's exactly what, was happening last night across social media. Talk that Manchester City had activated his £100 million release clause, which we all know is there. We're all well rehearsed in it. We know Eddie Howe's spoken about it on the record, saying it's in there for a month, and hopefully at the end of it, it's well designed, so Newcastle can hold on to a player who Eddie Howe sees as one of his prize assets. So it's one, as I say, it's going to continue for the rest of this month. It's really a chance for teams who have talked about it, to show what, put the money where the mouth is, if you like. Obviously Newcastle don't want that to happen, but for all the talk, this is the opportunity for them to show that they mean it. But at the end of the day, Newcastle have stayed calm on things at the moment. They know that this is part of the process, going into the window, and really if it comes to the end of that clause and Bruno Guimaraes is still a Newcastle player, then they're in a better position. They've got an opportunity to negotiate a proper deal for them. If they do end up wanting to sell them, they can name their price, but ultimately they want to keep Bruno Guimaraes. They want to build a team around him, and they know that if they want to really push for the top 4 game next season, then he's going to be a key man. And let's hope it doesn't happen, and let's hope that Newcastle can push on with Bruno Guimaraes in the team. It feels like for so much of this year we've been hoping that Joelinton and Bruno will be together next season. Joelinton, that contract situation, it went on for a long time, don't forget. It went on for a good few months, and they finally got him tied down, and you thought that that would be a positive thing in terms of Bruno's future, because they are so close and the combination on the field is so good. And Newcastle suffered so badly without Joelinton in the team in that second half of the season. They couldn't really sustain a top 4 challenge without those two playing together. And it was only towards the end of the season where Joelinton started coming back, and Newcastle looked much stronger for it. So to then lose Bruno on the back of that would be the nightmare scenario. So let's hope that that happy picture we seen of them last week with the new Adidas kits on is a sign of things to come, and Newcastle can build around the duo. Look, when you start spending money and bringing in star players, then inevitably they're going to get linked to other clubs, especially when you do slip away from the top 6, the top 5. You don't get into Europe, you then become a little bit vulnerable for to keep those players, and that's pretty much what's happening with Bruno Guimaraes at the minute. He's there. There's teams who've got money to spend, and Newcastle know that they have to lose a player, but to lose a player of that quality would be a hammer blow for me. It would send out the wrong message. I just think that it's really imperative they do hold on to Bruno Guimaraes and build that team around him. Other players may come and go, but he's a key man and a player that you would like to see take Newcastle United in the future.